I really want to just introduce this book, The Easy Mini Cash Budgeting Planner by Beautiful Budgets. I've had a few of her books before. This one I got recently, and I'm really looking forward to filling it up. The last one I got from her, I filled up completely. It was the Easy Cash Budgeting Monthly, and I loved it. It has saving challenges in the back, and it was really great. So this one's great because I take this in my purse with me. Like if I'm going to work or something like that, I take this one with me because I like that I have it accessible. So that's what I'm using today. So I'm just going to go through everything and show you what the book is about. This here is the title page. This planner belongs to Janae Activities. That's me. It's got a lovely coloring page. I honestly might color this in because I have all kinds of color pencils, crayons, all kind of stuff. So I might just color that in and make it look more beautiful. And it's got this page here to show you how to use the book. There's different sections in the book, and this has just got a synopsis of each section and how to use each one. So in case you need any guidance, it's right there for you. And it says, Let's Budget. The Easy Cash Mini Budget Planner is a beginner-friendly planner for individuals who are using sinking funds and cash envelopes. There are several sheets that will help you along your journey to financial freedom. The planner is not dated and is set up for 12 months on a bi-weekly or semi-monthly pay schedule. Get started anytime. Budgeting doesn't have to be hard. This Easy Cash Budget Planner can help you make your budget simple to manage. Where your intentions go, your money flows. Let's budget and manage our spending the easy way. So this opens up to the first month. It'll say an affirmation at the beginning of each month. This one says, I am financially strong. And it says, my financial goal for the month. So in this section here, you write what your goal is for the month. I didn't write it for December. I didn't really have a goal for December. Really, the main thing I was going to focus on is a few birthdays I had, Christmas, of course, and setting myself up for the new year. So I filled out the December paychecks in here. So I'll just show you the page that I actually filled out. This is the monthly budget. This is projected for your whole month. So you'll see that it's projected to have the income section here. It's got enough spaces for about 6 income sources, so that's great. The next section here is going to be bills. These are going to be your fixed expenses, things that are going to be the same every single month, at least the same date every month. These are things with a due date. That's how I describe it to people. Cash envelope section here. I use cash for anything that's not bills pretty much. Unless I'm shopping online, then I kind of put some money back in the bank. But yeah, I use cash envelopes for my kittens, for self-care stuff, gas, clothes, home, and food. So food is either groceries or lunch, whichever I'm using it for. The next section here is sinking funds. Oh, let's close that. Sinking funds. This has got enough for a good amount of sinking funds. Most of the sinking funds I have are either for my car or for travel. I have registration, maintenance, cleaning, accessories, and gas. So gas is the one that I take with me every single day, but the others are sinking funds. And then travel, I have travel sectioned off by destination. And within those destinations, I give myself a little mini budget for each trip, but that's in my travel planner. That's something completely different. I also have a 1 month ahead fund and subscriptions as a sinking fund, because a lot of my subscriptions, I personally like to pay my subscriptions a year out if I can. Microsoft, that costs like $100 or something, or Canva that costs like $100. I want to put money away so I can just pay it once and not have it take a hit for my bank account that month, you know? So that's what my sinking fund section and savings. In this section, I separate my buckets of savings. So like if I have savings for my niece, my business, or my investing, I put all of that in the savings section here. And at the bottom here, this little corner here is the final totals of all of your sections to let you know your balance is projected at the end of the month. So the next page is going to be a weekly pay budget. So this is going to be depending on how often you get paid. That's how you determine how many of these you'll need. But there's enough for 5 paychecks in each month section. I get paid 2 times a month. I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So I only have 2 paychecks really, unless it's a special like travel pay or some kind of other additional kind of pay, I'll enter that in under that same pay date. So the paycheck is going to be set up the same way as the projected is. It'll simply say pay date, so you can write in the date of that paycheck. On the next page, it'll be a cash stuffing tracker. So for those of you who use cash envelopes, I use cash envelopes for many of my expenses. Sinking funds, denominations listed here, and amounts. So the total amount that you're getting for that section and each of the denomination numbers. Down here, it'll say cash envelopes. Now, personally, I would prefer to have a few more on the cash envelope side, but it actually works out fine for me because I just put them all up in this section. It doesn't confuse me or anything. So, and then down here, bill quantity. So how many of each bill you're going to be taking, and that'll help you when you're going to the bank. I have my little cash tracker to show me how many denominations. It's like a little card. I have a bunch of different ones. I'll show you guys one day. And so these are the different paychecks. So there's enough for 5 paychecks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then after the 5 paycheck sections, it'll be an expense tracker. So the expense tracker is really interesting to me because it's a smaller section. Now, I do a lot of spending sometimes. So this is going to help me visually mitigate how much I'm actually spending, because this section is not that long, you know, and I don't want to add pages and pages because I'm shopping too much, spending too much money. I don't need to put bills in here because bills are already what they are, but just everyday expenses, things that I buy, I'm going to put in here. The next page is a debt repayment planner. So it's going to have the month on here. You can write the month here, and it'll have creditor listed, due date, minimum payment, payment amount, as in how much you actually paid, and then payment date. So I have my debts listed here, a couple of credit cards, and this one is for my furniture, and this one here was like a personal loan I got. So down here at the totals, and that's really helpful, so every month you can keep on track with your debt. And this is a note section. So for me in the month of December, I took a lot of notes. I wrote a lot of things down of what I was going to do. Christmas gifts, new computer, treat yourself. And on this section here, I kind of wrote for the first quarter of the year what my plan is to do for funds, because the first quarter of the year I'm going to be taking a few trips, but I'm taking 3 trips, but only one of them I'm paying the expenses for. God bless, God bless. So I'm taking 3 trips in the first quarter of the year, so I wrote them down so I can kind of make sure that I have enough cash to allocate for each of those, and just so I can have an idea of special things that are going to happen during that time. I also wrote in January my annual raise, including my biannual raise, because every year in the military we get a raise, but also every 2 years that you serve, you get another raise on top of that. So I'm going to get 2 raises essentially on top of each other. And then, so I have each of the places listed, each of my trips here. And in March, I wrote that I'm getting my clothing allowance, because that's going to be something that's going to change my income that month as well. I know what saving challenges I'd like to do, but I'm not really sure how that's going to go. If I fall off a little bit, it's no big deal, but I'm going to try. And then the rest of the months are going to be the same setup for each section for the months. And so that's what I'm going to be using for this year. I'm going to get a budget planner as well, so I can have the calendar listed out. So when I find a planner that I like, I'm going to start using it, and I'll show you guys. So that is the Easy Mini Cash Budgeting Planner by Beautiful Budgets. If you do get one, please let me know how you like it. I'm going to leave her a review on Amazon for both of the books that I got from her. And anyways, thanks for watching. On my next one, I'm going to actually be using this for my January budget. Bye.